Good morning. Today is Tuesday, April 26th, 2022. My name is Terry Morgan, and we are here to practice Xingyi's 12 Animals. We have the next in the series, Dragon Step. Worked on it yesterday. I introduced several things, including the idea that part of the movement itself is the same as what we're doing in Xingyi's 5 elements linking form, and particularly beng, quan, the third of those elements. We're going to look at that a little bit today. We're also going to look at Wudang's 3 basic methods in the context of this particular move. Let's get started. My cat's ready. Feet about shoulder width apart. Wiggle the toes, bend the knees, wiggle the fingers. Drop the shoulders, pull up through the crown of the head. Hand circle in front. Move back around to both sides. Up along the center line. Follow your hands and reach out. Bend the knees. Roll up through the back. Support the abs. Pull up from underneath. One more time. Fingertips reach up, elbows drop down, wrists, hands return to your sides. All right. We have some comparisons that we're going to make today. I want to pay attention to the idea behind each of these moves, as well as when we take it apart in our Xingyi practice. All right, so we have today, and we're going to work on this today, from Xingyi, 12 Animals linking form. We're here, P-tron, arms circle up, out. As this comes out, the heel comes out, down. There's a jump here. Come down on this side and step through with hung tron. And I did that real slow. In Wudang's 3 basic methods, I'm going to go the other side. Alright? Dragon step from Wudang's 3 basic methods. In our 5 elements linking form, again, I favor my right side. I'll do that again to the left. Here we go. Alright? Similarities, most definitely. The underlying dynamic, underlying dynamic in all three of these is the same. The outer movement, some small differences. All right. I'm going to face this way in Xingyi's 12 Animals, what we're working on right now. I'm here. My cat's right here, so I'm make sure I'm not going to step on her. I asked her to move out of the frame, so she did, and she's being quite nice about it, actually. All right, so we're here. Up, round, in, down, jump, down, step through. Right here. Hand is here, not here. Opens to the palm as you turn down. That difference in the hand is pretty much it. That dynamic, bring this around and extend, that's there. And the foot goes. Left side. Right? The foot goes. Same thing here. The ability to look at all three of these, see the similarities and see the differences. What am I doing through the move? What are the fine points that are different? Dragon step. We're here. Circle. And again. Jump. No, I'm not doing the jump today. Here we go. Step through. I did the jump yesterday, so I'm going to, maybe tomorrow. Okay. From beng quan. Turn around. I'm going to turn this way. All right, so step in. I'm going to, yeah, if I do that here, turn, right here, you see the similarities there? I'm sorry. It's something, this idea that we're looking at what's similar, what's different at this level is something that is, it's not beginner level for sure. It's not as common to find because having the ability to make the comparison, yeah, has to be there. All right, so the last one that I mentioned, so we have from Xingyi's 12 Animals, we have the dragon step and how we're turning, right? Step down, dragon step. In Wudang's 3 basic methods, we have dragon step. In Xingyi's 5 elements, we have dragon step. At the end, as we complete the turn in beng quan. Now, as we step down in beng quan, we step out again with beng quan. This time, in Xingyi's 12 Animals, we step out with Zhuan chuan. Excuse me, hung chuan. Not zhuan. Hung. Crossing. So, this comes out crosses. I exaggerated that a little bit. Different than drill. Right? Hung. Zhuan. There's a difference. Talk about a lot in the 5 elements linking form classes, alright? This connection between all three of these. Dragon step, Xingyi's 5 elements, Wudang's 3 basic methods. See the pattern there? I need some more coffee. Alright, that connection is just apparent. The development of a particular skill depends on practicing that skill, not on all the other things around it. So this idea, right? This skill, don't worry about the other stuff. That skill, yeah, don't worry about this one over here, is something that I found extremely valuable in my own training and in my own development, because you can't pay attention to everything all at once. You can't. You can't. You can relax and allow yourself to pay attention to everything all at once. It's all there, everything is there, and you can see it and you can know it, and it's that holistic way of looking at things. If we're going to take it apart, if we're doing the analysis piece, and we're going to say, well, all right, let me take this apart, what's here, what do I need to pay attention to? You have to pick one by one, which is also the method that I use frequently for pretty much everything I do. Pick one, pay attention to it, put it all back together. This dynamic behind, I mentioned it when I introduced this idea of dragon step. What's a dragon? What does a dragon do? Right? Right? Dragon. This is wrong. Cat. No. The cat tiger. Cat. Cat. That's not a dragon. Paying attention to this notion, this concept, this thought, the idea behind. 这个是说你在做动作，你有什么意念？你的意念是干什么？你的意念是关了什么动作？什么位置？什么地方？干哪里干什么？想法。 你的想法，你的意念，this 意念 idea 想法 the way of thinking, as we pay attention to the representation of the move. Sparrowhawk, I'm flying. Right? That idea behind gives us the dynamic that we want to bring to the movement. The names are there for a reason. The names are there for a reason. The direction, physical direction, the physical dynamic, and the physical energy as we're moving also has a connection to this idea that goes behind the way in which we move, right? If we're not paying attention enough to what we're doing in the physical movement, this is what I need to do, right? How can we bring that energy through the movement? How do we even think it? Let's see, now I gotta shift my weight and then I'm gonna go, let's see, well, wait a minute, let me turn around, I'm gonna go this side. All right, my right foot's back and my left foot's front, I got my left hand front, now I wanna pay attention to, am I in a good posture? Because I'm not doing this continuously, I'm just starting here, right? So, start here and here I am, and is everything in position? Yeah, okay, I got my hands right. Feet are in good position, yeah, my weight's set, okay, and move. And, okay, now I gotta shift my weight, and this hand comes around, and this hand comes through, and the foot goes out, and then I gotta put it down, and shift so I can, right? That thought process, I need to have it. I need to have gone through it at some point. There's no other way. There is no other way. I need to have gone through it. I need to know it. It's how do I get home from primary school? I go out this door and I walk around here and then I go over this corner and I go across the street and I walk a long street and then I make a turn and then I make one more turn and then I go across the main street and I'm almost home. It's only one more block. So I get home. After I've done it a few times, I don't have to think about it anymore. When I leave my house, my car's running. It will be running again, when I leave my house. I've decided usually before I leave where I'm going. Some basic idea. Alright? So when I pull out of my driveway, am I going to turn right or am I going to turn left? Depends on where I'm going. I know where I'm going. I don't have to think about which direction I'm going to turn when I pull out, other than looking for traffic, right? I know where I'm going. That's the same idea we want here. I know where I'm going, I know what I'm doing. Now I can apply other things. I can apply other principles, and I can take this idea behind and do something with it. All right. let's practice dragon step from Xingyi. That's what we're working on. I want to make this comparison. Excuse me. I wanted to make this comparison because it's important for multiple levels of practice. Right now, though, I don't want to pay too much more attention to it. Let's focus on what we're doing today and pay attention to how we use this idea behind to help us move into and through the next movement. All right? As we're here, this turn, right? In here. Here. Turn. And come up. Now, that could be it's not, but it could be. Right? We're here. Dragon has claws. It does. Dragon has claws. Dragon has claws. That idea behind what's going on? What am I doing here, right? As this comes around, paying attention, out and down, out and up. That dynamic has its own energy. It has its own sense of what balance points in the body do I need to pay attention to, so that as I exert whatever force I've got here, whatever I'm going to do, that I'm in correct position, that I can actually exert that force without pushing myself off balance. Okay? That opposing force, so if I extend this way, I need to have sufficient root to meet that extension, whatever that extension is. So if I've got nothing in front of me and I hit nothing, then I don't have much coming back to me. I've got heavy bags sitting in front of me and I hit that heavy bag and I don't pay attention to my balance. That strike against the bag is going to push me backward. It will, right? That holding strength must be there. The idea behind what we're doing. This is wrong, don't do it. Excuse me. Yeah. Oh well. This is wrong, don't do it. There's nothing behind this. I'm deliberately not going to put anything behind this. Don't do this. Please. No. I'm going to do it again. My hand position is more or less correct. My trajectory, the pattern of movement is more or less correct. My stance is more or less correct. It's empty. There's nothing there. Even when the movement is softer and quiet, this idea of marking that we did yesterday, right? I'm here. One more time. It's not empty. There's a difference. My hope is that the video has captured that. Alright, the idea behind matters. It does. Empty movement is empty. The light, just pay attention to the direction and the dynamic of the move, doesn't mean that we leave out things that we pay attention to, that we need to pay attention to. Right? Here. I didn't put a lot of force behind that. I didn't put a lot of energy behind that. But look closely, and I'm going to call this out. Right here, as I set for this move, there's a change in my weight through the legs. You don't see it, there is. Change in my weight through the legs to support that force that I'm just about ready to exert. Right? As the hands come around, waist turns. You come through. You see where I stopped? You see where I stopped right before I stopped? All right. Do you see where I started? Then where I stopped, and the kind of blurry circle in the middle? Prompt, sudden, complete. Xingyi. Each move. And I'm going to talk about this for just a second because I'm having a talking class today. And also because I want to point out this method that I'm using now to bring each movement, each group of movements into the form a little more slowly, still with the idea that hey, we're moving things along, but instead of here's some stuff, we'll come back to it later. I've adjusted a little bit so that what I'm trying to do is to pick a group of movements, the next in the series, and focus on those for the 3 classes as I've introduced them, as we analyze them, and as we pay attention to how we're going to put them into practice. This idea that I'm hoping it's going to work gives the opportunity to learn one at a time. You can see it because I put it back in. I put it back into the form. Here's where this goes into form. You can see it, but it's not, all right, we're going to practice, which I do. I'm trying to say 3 things here. It's not, we're going to practice all of this, and then we're going to practice this new stuff. It's, here's the new stuff, and here's how it fits into the rest of the form. Right? The second thing I was trying to say at the same time is that in in-person class, particularly if I have advanced students who are looking to build up their skills, everything gets done every time. We start at the beginning and then we go through, and then we're going to learn the new stuff, and then we're going to practice the new stuff, and we'll practice new stuff again, and then we're going to go back and we're going to put the new stuff back into the form, and then we may do that a couple more times. The effort that we make to put everything together is essential, and it is also something that we can make, to a certain extent, optional. I want to understand how to move. I want to understand horse. When I'm moving the horse, this arm doesn't always come to the right place. Yeah, I get my arm up here sometimes. So I want to work on that. Is it going to help me work on that to always keep the sequence and the form as I practice? No. Take that movement out. Practice that movement all by itself. Just that one. Maybe two, each side. Then when I put it back in, I'm more correct. And I will start to pay attention to something else. It's inevitable. You fix one thing and something else appears. It's 40 plus years, always happens. All right? That's what we want. Because each time we take care of one thing, each time we manage one thing, each time we are able to include something without having to think about it, it's just there. We gain the ability to look at what's next. I can't see it from here. I have to go open the window and look outside, right? I can't see it from here. I have to go down the street and go around the corner, and then I can see it. That idea. We want to keep that idea. All right. I'm here. Circle. Out. Down. Jump. Split down to the right. Step out to the left. Hung quan from underneath. All right. So, I mentioned before, I'm not working on the jump right now. I'm going to do this way, and I'm going to turn around and we're going to repeat this a couple, 3 times. All right, so I'm here. Circle. And circle again. Out. Down to the left. Jump. Down on the right. Back foot. Going that way. This hand. From underneath and across. The twist here. As we come across here, we change. Bear, shun, Big bear. Right? This nimble dragon changes into a bear. That quan, that crossing, paying attention to using the whole back as you step from underneath. Don't pull back the way that I just did. Don't do that. But that idea, right? The sense that I'm deflecting something here. Quan, that's what we're doing. Come across. Now, I can extend. If your face is close enough, all right, this comes across. I want my whole body engaged with that. First, because it's stronger, much, much stronger. Bear. Let me say this another way. When we think about the nature of a bear, we can think of the cute little cuddly bear cubs. We can think of mama bear. We can think of papa bear. We can think of a big polar bear. We can think of all kinds of bears that have similar shape and similar characteristics. Okay? I have seen from my nice protected locked car some bears. I have. I would not want to meet them in person. I wouldn't. A bear here, right? Think, here's a bear. Big back legs. Strong front legs with claws can climb trees really well. All right? Bear. Now, bear. What? Think about it. Just play. All right? Be 5 years old again, and you got to play. Your mom's let you play, dress up, and you got this little bear costume from Halloween, and you're going to put that on, and you're going to be a bear. Oh, right? Think, really, seriously. What kinds of movements does a bear have? What kinds of things does a bear do? Again, this idea behind didn't happen by accident. It didn't. There are lots and lots and lots and lots of books, few videos, movies that talk about the origins of martial arts. The way that the ancient masters, old masters, looked at the world and developed the arts. There's a system, Eagle Claw. Wonder what that's from. There's another system, Praying Mantis. Wonder what that's from. Monkey? Right? 3 guesses. These ideas that there was somebody who wanted to be able to defeat their opponent. They wanted to be able to fight. And they looked to creatures in nature. White crane. Birds are very good. Snake. All of these have characteristics that we humans can emulate. We can come close. We don't, we're not going to become this or that thing. But the characteristics need to be there. So, for myself, I was never going to be ever any good at monkey. Okay? There's monkey sets in Xingyi. We have. It's one of the 12 animals. Never going to be any good at it. Not going to happen. It's not me. Could I get better than I am? Sure. Not me. Tiger, on the other hand. Hi, how are you? I'm real good with cat. That knowledge and that understanding is what I'm asking you to look for now with this idea of imagining that you're 5 years old and you're playing in costume and you've got a bear costume on. And that bear does what? What does the... Imagine you're 5 and it's not a bear costume, it's a dragon. Could be a gold dragon, could be a green dragon, could be a black dragon. All of them are good. Right? I'm going to be a dragon. What does the dragon do? Right? Old kids game. What sound does the cow make? What sound does the dog make? Dog goes woof woof, cow goes moo. Right? What does the horse go? Hee. Right? Cat goes meow. What movement, what kind of movement goes behind this one? What's the nature behind this move? As we pay attention to that, it gives us the insight that we need to apply that knowledge so that we're actually moving in a manner consistent with that particular move, that particular creature. A little bit more. This idea behind, the energy behind, as we bring that through, knowing where we are, knowing what the step is. I emphasized that quite a bit today. Knowing I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. I don't have to think about it. I just do it. That physical movement, I had to think about not doing the jump. I did. I had to think about that for a second. But otherwise, no. Go. That gives me the flexibility to apply what I'm doing. If I don't know what I'm doing, how can I apply it? Here? if I didn't know the step, I couldn't apply any strength, any force to do it. It's not there. Let's do this a couple of times. I'm going to do it in line with what we're doing in the form. Okay. So we've just finished several things. Step back, quan. Nice and easy, not too hard. Up, out, down, jump, down. Quan. As we step through, I'm going to pretend that this angle is my straight line, because I want you to see as I go through this. Right? So I'm here, a little bit more. I'm here. That little bit static, right? Each point that I hit, we need to hit. It's not arbitrary. Let me do this one more time. I'm going to do this one time. I'm just not. This is wrong. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Please, don't do this. I do not know what that was. Don't do it. There's nothing there. It's wavy hands and some turning. Nice dance move. What's the application? What's the application for that? No. This, no application. Tiger, that's an application. That, alright? And yes, I did change my stance, and yes, I did put some force behind that. Okay? This idea behind, it matters so much to the purpose of the art and the purpose of the move. It's not empty. All right? One more time. Do not do this. This is wrong. No, don't do this. Okay? Don't do this. No. No. Yes. Do this. Yeah, if I'm going to show you not to do, I'm going to do the, we got to do this, yeah. I'm going slowly. Pay attention to how each movement has its own measure. It's not empty. That's not empty either. Not empty. Not empty. It's not empty. Paying attention to the idea behind. This is dragon. I'm airborne. Right? At this moment, my hand's in this position, I'm airborne. And down. Right here. This hand. Ready. Going that way. That foresight, that right there. That's the change. Finding that, knowing where that is, comes from practice, comes from knowing, it comes from knowing that this is what I'm trying to do. This pull down here. Split pull down. Grab. Split. Heel of the hand out to both sides. Oh, ouch. Understanding. Push down. Down. Your leg. My hands. Your leg. My foot. My hands. Right? That notion, that idea behind, is part of the art. It's, don't do this. Don't do this. This is wrong. I'm going to do the same move I just did. Okay? I'm going to do it wrong, now I'm going to do it correctly. Don't do this. Just the right leg with the split. Okay? Don't do this. No. 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 It might be pretty. It's certainly big. No, don't do this. Right? Xingyi asks us, pay attention to the art. What's the principle behind the movements in Xingyi? Simple, complete, clear, direct. All right? This is not dancing, right? I don't want my body to go up. I'm going to take my energy up from underneath with the idea that there's strength and purpose and something that I might choose to do right here. That extension. Whole body. Same with the foot. As the foot comes out, it's solid. It's not lazy. It's not drifting. We're not going for height. Target is a groin or the knee. Right there. Right there. Pick one. The coordination in the air matters. This whole idea, this What's behind? Dragon. Dragon's very comfortable in the air. Right? As we step out, left foot from behind, right hand from underneath. Bear. That shift and that change, dragon is strong, the bear is strong. Bring that with, again, each move, one by one, and with the connections. So if I were going to practice dragon step one by one, I could here and here. Let me do this over here. Excuse me. One more time. Right? I can do that. I can. You should. We have horse, tie bird, each one by one, practice each one, get better at it, put it back into the form. This method, this analysis plus movement, taking something apart and then putting it back in so that you not only pay attention to all of the little things one by one that you need to pay attention to. A weight transfer, how the energy flows, this is, am I in good balance? If I'm not in good balance, I cannot bring my energy through the move. It won't happen. I'll feel awkward. You have to, that balance and placement. I can see it. If you're in front of me, I can tell you exactly what is and is not in good placement, in good balance. I can tell you exactly where there might be some tension, where there might be something that's interfering with what you're trying to do. That sense, knowing and being able to remove that obstacle. Keep shoulder down, right? Don't do this. Keep shoulder down. That's my perennial correction. Keep shoulders down. My shoulders tend to do this. They do. No, down. Oh, much stronger, much more solid. Nobody's going to hold them for me. I have to keep them there myself, right? I have to do that. Once I've learned how to do that, the strength in my arms improves. It does. It's connected. That physical body, ability to know where you are in balance and where you are not. The ability to execute the movement. I can do this movement. I may not do it really well, but I can do it. Right? First step. That's the first step. Next, I can do this movement. I can do it reasonably well. I still have to think about it, but I do it reasonably well. Good. Keep going. Third, I can do this movement, I don't have to think about it. All right, now you can pay attention to your balance. That process we need to do it. We need to go through it. It can be faster or slower, right? It could be a matter of a couple of days, a couple of weeks. It doesn't take that long. Practice. We're going to do some more tomorrow. This same set, dragon step. A little bit more, putting it back into the form so that we're ready for the next series next week. Thursday and Friday, Qigong. I hope you'll join me. Thank you.